All right. Can we get any signal today, bro? Yeah. So I'm gonna be trading with a practice account. Um, I'm not gonna be going in with any like real money. This is purely these kind of calls are purely for educational purposes, teaching you guys about this setup. Um, Very clean setup. These are kind of the rules you can see that we follow, and by sticking to these rules, you're typically able to grab some pretty A plus setups. Typically, you're looking for a 2.53 to 3.5 RR on these. So not bad, but they're pretty high probability. So the win rate it lingers around 70%, 75% is move you're expecting coming at a specific time. Yeah, so that's what this strategy is. It's a time based setup. So for Silver Bullet, you have 3 sessions in the day that you trade. You have the morning session, AM session, which is from 11 to or 10 to 11 a.m. And you can see here that case in point, you have an it's at these times you have an expansionary move. Um, but it's from 10 to 11 a.m. Then you have the PM session. PM session's a little more iffy. It doesn't always happen, but it can happen. That's from 2 to 3 p.m. And then, of course, you have your London session, which is from 3 to 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can kind of see how they all have a somewhat expansionary move. Obviously, with London, um, you don't have that volatility you have usually in the daytime, but there's still that expansionary move nonetheless. Um, so yeah, going into it, let's start from the let's start from a higher time frame. So looking at a higher time frame, let you raise your hand. You want okay, okay. Do you not have the ability to raise your hand in here? Here, allow requests from everybody. All right, yeah. If you guys have questions, feel free to raise your hand. Um, I'll let you speak for a hot second to answer a question. All right, all right. What's up, Redhead? How we doing, man? I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. Just trading. Usual. What about you, man? Yeah, yeah. I saw you pass that account. That was pretty solid. Yeah. Ooh, damn. What is that? A full port? Damn. Damn. Nice, dude. Uneventful. I'm a college student, so just taking classes and stuff. But uh, did I take a poop, bro? What? Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. 3 times. Jeez. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Oh no, you're good. You're good. Um, but yeah, thank you, thank you, bro. Yeah, stay focused. Oh yeah, yeah. Stay focused is the that's the biggest thing because I know I ramble a lot. but I guarantee you will learn something. Uh, yeah. Just stay muted. If you have a question, feel free to pop in. Same for anybody else. If you have a question, raise your hand. I'll let you on. Um, or obviously you can type in the chat too. That works too. But yeah, so we're nearing the session. We're about 5 minutes out, and something I'm seeing right off the bat is, you know, obviously the first thing that we want to look for when going through the silver bullet setup is, as we enter this time zone, we want to look for these two confluences. You want to look for a liquidity sweep and then a market structure shift that creates a fair value gap. And these things have to be in this order. In this order. That is critical. Okay. So as we near into it, we do see that looks like we might have some downside pressure, but we're going to mark out this liquidity sweep that we have right here. This is looking like a 15-minute liquidity sweep. Ooh, but we closed below. Let's see, what's a 30-minute look like? Okay. Let's move this over here. So we're just going to wait till we enter the zone, see what we have, and then we'll go from there. That's the main thing. Because that preemptive analysis kind of can bite you in the ass if you try to hop into things too early. But, oh yeah, she's pushing down for sure. That's just marking a fair value gap. Yeah, so this is after lunch New York session. This is our PM session, Silver Bullet. So, like I said, it is from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll put these rules in the chat too, so you guys can take a look at them for yourself. But that's the overall guide that we follow. Okay, so going into this session, we completely wicked. So we got a liquidity sweep right here on sell side. So very small, but that's one nonetheless. So let's look for upside. Obviously, moving into this time zone, we still want to be cautious of any buy side sweeps, because that can happen. Like I said in our previous call, be cautious of search and destroy. What do you mean with EQ? Oh yeah, so EQ, I mean equilibrium, just the middle of the fair value gap. And when you mark them out, just double click on it, go to style, and you can plop that middle line on it. Obviously, it's personal preference on where in the fair value gap you want to enter. I do suggest entering off the top of it, just because you can never be 100% positive as to how far into a fair value gap price is going to tap into. What is the range for the silver bullet entry? If you mean like where you're targeting for price target, you could see the PT minimums. Typically you want to target opposing liquidity, so previous swing highs or lows based on whether you're bearish or bullish. But just opposing liquidity or a higher time frame PD array, that's typically where the expansion heads towards, like overall. So if we had an entry down here, we'd probably use this most recent swing high that we made as a price target one. And then we can obviously go back and price. If we determine that our higher time frame bias in drawn liquidity is still higher, we can go through and target additional additional highs or additional, higher PD arrays, fair value gaps, order blocks, etc. Wherever you think price is going to go to. So we're 2 minutes out. So we still have this sweep. So upside is looking pretty good. Sell side sweep. So now the next thing we are looking for is a market structure shift creating a fair value gap for us to enter off of. Exactly. Yep, you got it. Which on a lower time frame, obviously on the 1 minute, we do have that. Let's see what our 5 minute is looking like. Okay, so as we're closing out our 5 minute candle, it's looking pretty nice. I want to see a push above this high up here. Okay, so there's our 5 minute candle closing out. Are we buying or selling? That is yet to be determined. We're going to need some confirmation first. Like I said on this little guide right here, I probably should put this time frame confirmation on here because the 1 minute's going to tell us something. Do you do top-down analysis before or no daily bias? Typically I'm using some sort of daily bias, but it's a little iffy right now. I am a little iffy on it because looking at our 4 hour, it did look like, let's see. So yeah, so we made a giant wick on our 4 hour. We didn't really tap into anything. I'm planning to take it straight and real count with low risk. Okay. We'll do our best to manage risk. But like I said, we just gotta see what we're working with. So going into it, we had the sell side sweep. Now we do have a buy side sweep. Yeah, that wick is crazy. That wick is crazy. On our previous call, where's she at? Where did I put it? Yeah, over here. On our previous call that we did on Friday, actually, I drew out this little AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, power of three. It's a 3-stage process for price expansion, stuff like that. That's typically what the silver bullet is playing off of. And you can kind of see how accumulation, manipulation, it had that 3-stage process. And that distribution stage, that is where we enter off of. So that's what that looks like. So going back over here, on a higher time frame, we kind of we have that same exact look. So we can expect a big move in either direction. It just matters as to which direction she just wants to go. But considering we did just have this buy side sweep, we're going to need to be cautious. So it's looking like a bearish silver bullet. But to get that confirmation as to which direction we're going to push, So you don't know before silver bullet session if you're going to look for shorts or longs. Yes, if you're basing your entire strategy solely on the silver bullet. Obviously, if you have other confluences, can you copy paste your confirmation in chat? Yeah, I'll do it again. But yeah, if you have other models, you overlap, then yes, you can have a bias before going into it. A lot of that comes down to higher time frame, drawn liquidity, and like Rod said, doing a top down analysis before. I typically don't do that just because based on the way the setup happens, it gives you your bias essentially. Obviously, that's not always the case, given the the 25% of the time, 30% of the time, this strategy does not work. But like I said, you want to overlap this with other models, and when you are trading in these times, if you're using other models, this really does help you confirm your bias. So even if you're not using silver bullet itself, having and training your eyes to see it just helps so much, so much. So let's look at the 5 minutes. Okay, so our 5-minute candle, it's looking all right. Just got some of that messy consolidation. And that's the thing about PM session too, is, in comparison with AM session, PM session tends to have a lot more messy price action. Yeah, the chop. Exactly. A lot more chop. So, but the key with it is just patience. Don't try and chase it. If you miss your entry, it's okay. No money gain, no money loss. Patience. Patience pays. We're getting a nice push up. Very nice. Let's look at our 5-minute. All right, 5-minute candle is looking very nice. Let's look at our 15-minute. Okay, 15 minutes looking very nice. We're approaching that half-life, so we should start to see a push up in these next 2 minutes. That should give us our market structure shift coming up here. Very nice. So it looks like we're basing off of this previous liquidity sweep for bullish bias, targeting some upside. Very nice push. This is exactly what we want to see. Alright, I would like to see a push on this next candle to create this fair value gap. We do have one down here. However, I don't think we'll reach down that far. This does look like it could be a pretty strong expansion. Let's look at a higher time frame of sorts. Oh yeah. Very much so. So it looks like we might be using this as a drawn liquidity. That would make sense. But like I said, let's wait for some more confirmation. Okay, so we have that fair value gap. Very nice. We're pushing up still. Now, if you were to enter that the fair value gap needs to be on the 5 or 15-minute time frame, right? Yes, it can be. However, if you identify a move as a stronger move, that's going to push a lot harder, you can use the smaller time frames. Personally, I would. So it is looking very nice for upside. So I'm confident going in longs off of this fair value gap. I am going to, let's see how this candle closes out right here, because we're going to have a 5-minute candle. We should get a small retracement on this 5-minute into this fair value gap. Hopefully, if it misses our entry, you know what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and place an entry for buy order on my practice account. We're going to go we're going to go 2. We're going to have our stop. Okay, we'll worry about the stop after. But we have our buy order set right there. We're filled. And now, opposing liquidity, we're going to be targeting our most recent swing high. Could this be a manipulation phase of the power of 3? Possibly. Let's see, our 5-minute. We still have 4 minutes left in our 5-minute candle. But like I said, we opened it pretty strong. So I'm confident that we should see some upside. I'm not a fan of the RR that we have here. But given how price keeps developing, you know, we'll adjust. We'll adjust our price target. We'll adjust our stop. And all of that fun stuff. So in the next minute, we should start seeing where price, actually wants to start going. We do have our setup according to our guide. Should mark that out. So this is actually a bullish silver bullet. Okay, I'm really liking the reactivity. I really like the reactivity off of that fair value gap. So I'm going to put my stop under this lower time frame swing low. And this is looking like it's going to be a larger expansionary move, so I'm going to be more comfortable targeting this higher time frame swing up at 739.25. Let's see our 5-minute. 5-minute, we don't have a confirmation yet of a fair value gap being created, and that's okay. Typically, when you have this super choppy price action, you're gonna have to lower it down to the more executionary lower time frames, because you're just gonna have wicks covering up everywhere. So it's gonna be a lot harder to actually identify things. But like I said, once you break it down, it's a lot easier through the chop. So we're in 2 contracts. We're up pretty nicely. Now we just play the waiting game. We'll see how price develops. We'll adjust your stop. We'll slowly raise it up. Once we're to a comfortable point, we'll move our stop to break even. But could this be the manipulation phase of the power of 3? See, that is something that I do want to say, because we do have this consolidation right here. However, trading in this range, this sweep, you can definitely consider the sweep, of the range or whatever, of the consolidation range. You can treat that as the manipulation phase. If we break back to the downside, price will continue towards sell side liquidity. Yes, very possible. It's very possible. We did open up our 5-minute candle. We held above this range. We're opening this 5-minute candle down based on the things I taught on our last call about candle behavior. I do like the fact that we opened to the downside. However, we do want to start to see the candle flip back to the upside come, around half of the candle's lifespan. So within the next 2 minutes, I want to see the candle flip back to the upside. Okay, very nice reaction. Does the silver bullet only work in futures? No, it doesn't only work in futures. It works in Forex. You can go in while this is playing out, actually. Somebody give me their favorite Forex pair. What's your favorite Forex pair? GU? All right, we'll go this. All right. See, this, liking it very much. Upside. All right, so looking at GU, or GPB, I mean. Let's mark out first our time zone. It's over here. All right. So yeah, on GU we have the same thing. We have where is it at? So it looks like our liquidity sweep was back here for downside. We do break down. Obviously, there's an earlier entry. Would not take that. Only enter inside of the time zone. It's on the 2 minute. On the 1 minute, we do have a market structure shift that creates a small fair value gap. So this is most definitely a downside entry for shorts. But yeah, focusing back on this, oh my lord. All right, well, looks like she might want to break back down to the downside. Definitely possible. Yeah, at this point, I'm not liking this. Oh my gosh. Let's go to our 5 minute candle. We still got a minute 30 left. However, we are across that half-life of where price does want to go. A lot of market indecision. However, going into things, we do have a sweep. We still are in the time zone. We have a sweep. Then we have a lower time frame market structure shift down to the downside. That did create a fair value gap. And this just goes to show riskiness of our PM silver bullet. Yeah, so it looks like, ooh, yeah, that is rough. But you know, it happens. It happens. But patience. Patience is key. Let's see how our 5 minute closed out. So 5 minute closed out like that. Downside is looking a lot more possible. We did close inside of this fair value gap. Let's examine our higher time frames. Let's look at our 30 minute. Okay, so our 30 minutes still looking strong. So we still have about 9 minutes left in our 30 minute. So we still have a lot of opportunity for upside still. 15 minute, same thing, steady incline. That does make me pretty confident. And also another case in point is, like I said, back here on the 1 minute, we already had a sweep that created this tiny fair value gap. And I did say we more than likely would not tap into it. However, I, like a natural person, can be wrong. So that was also a way more optimal entry. And I'm very much liking our strong reaction on this. So that makes me way more comfortable for upside. And at this point, I do consider this a 3-wave pullback. So I would be comfortable, given the strong reaction off of this low, to move our stop below this 1 minute low that we just made. You know, that'll really help us to mitigate our risk. And while we did have a market structure shift on the lower time frame to the downside, creating a fair value gap, we just completely disrespected that. So now that turns this into an inverse fair value gap, where we now use it as bullish sentiment. For the manipulation phase, why do we refer to it as that? Yeah, so in the accumulation stage, where is it at? In the accumulation stage, right, you have orders accumulating. You know, market doesn't know where it wants to go, but people are buying and selling, you know, based on what they think, and that creates that liquidity. Now manipulation, that's going to move and shift to kind of fake out price, you know, to fake out buyers or sellers and gain that additional momentum. At least that's the way I interpret it. Obviously you can interpret it different ways, but it's that manipulation, you know, to fake people out, and kind of, you know, collect that liquidity for that actual distribution phase. Market maker, yeah, you could call it that. So let's see how our 5 minutes treating us. Okay, very nice. We still got 1:30 left on our 5 minute. I want to see us push up on this candle right here, or on this next candle at least. So I'm going to use at this first high. This is going to be my TP1. And then I'm going to scale out my second position at our higher time frame. So right now we're working with a 3.2 RR. Very nice. Okay, there's that stern push-up that I was looking for. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see how our... Oh, yeah, see, there you go. That's why you got to be on it. You got to be constantly looking at it. That reaction, straight through it. Absolutely slammed. So, it looks like it's using this as a sweep for upside more than anything. That's what happens when you're not... That's why, case in point, you want to be... You got to be watching the charts. It's important to be analyzing your trade as it is happening because things change. Things change on a dime. All right, we should see that nice push up. Better only indices, yeah. See, that's why I really like the indices. You know, it doesn't have that. It doesn't do that really weird stuff. Like eventually I'll get into Forex, but you know, it's a mess looking at it. Even the 5 minute, it's disgusting. But it's looking very, very nice. You know, it might be a good idea to actually set my stop. And then we'll go ahead and, oh, not reverse. Oh yeah, so this is definitely a higher time frame move from the looks of it. So we're gonna go ahead and place a sell limit. This is our first take profit, this high right here. Up 2.6K? Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Thanks for $10. I'm out. Yeah, good night, bro. Glad you made a little bit of money. $10 is $10. So let's get rid of these drawings. Let's examine how our higher time frame is moving. Okay. That is very nice. You know, I could be comfortable even saying this could be take profit one. But you know, we can't be greedy. Can't be greedy. Never good to be greedy. You want to be conservative. Now let's also look at our trading plan that we had regarding our take profit. So our price target. Okay. So opposing liquidity, yeah, we're targeting opposing liquidity. Let's look at our minimums. So regarding futures, you wanna be your target wants to be at least 10 points from where your entry is. Is it at least 10 points? Boom. So we're in about 700. Yeah, definitely above 10 points. So we can be safe to say this is our take profit one, and then this will be our take profit two as a runner. that. Is your point minimum for NQ30? Oh my gosh, no. You're right. I don't know why I was thinking about ES. You're absolutely right, my dear friend. You are absolutely right. That's a good catch. Props to you. Props to you. So that would not be TP1. Obviously, you can scale out there if you want. Um, See, even I'd be forgetting sometimes. Hey, but good catch, Ice King. I appreciate you for that one. Our upside is continuously looking good. I'm really liking what we see. Should I take buy now? Um, I would not if you did not get in where we originally entered. You're increasing your risk a lot. Could you go over the trade analysis again? Missed the first part. Oh yeah. So you just mean like in regard to looking for the silver bullet setup? Yeah. So going into silver bullet, we were kind of all right. Here, I'll do this. This might. This will be a little better. Yeah. Going into silver bullet, we saw. Okay, we had a one tick sweep right down here. One tick sweep, sell side. I'll mark this out. Sell side liquidity sweep. So we were looking for upside. That's our bias that we're looking for. Okay, because we reacted off of that pretty nicely. We had a lower time frame market structure shift right here, creating a fair value gap. We weren't sure if we were going to enter off of that because I recognize this as a higher time frame move. We let price play out a little bit. Going into silver bullet, I then noticed that we had a buy side liquidity sweep. So that made us a little cautious towards downside. However, it's a seek and destroy kind of profile. So we're cautious of both sides. But I'm sticking with this first sell side liquidity sweep that we went with, and that we did, solely because of on the higher time frame prices. It's holding up pretty well, and it's respecting bulls from what we see. So we were going through just letting price play out. We were waiting for our market structure shift to give us that direction that we wanted. We got our market structure shift to the upside right here, creating this fair value gap. And this is the fair value gap that we enter off of. Now it is on the 1 minute. However, lower time frames are more critical to use when, dealing with this choppiness of PM session. As PM session, silver bullet, that tends to be a lot more choppy. And then from there, you set your stop below the swing high, you let price play out, and then you adjust as necessary as price develops. It did look like we were coming down, but that's just what price likes to do, likes to fake out. And then first fair value gap after market structure shift. Yes, I typically do because there's never a guarantee that we're gonna touch a lower, especially if you like me. I would identify how price is acting right now on all time frames. It looks like it's going to be a larger expansionary move, so I don't expect a lot more retracement. So let's see how price. Oh my gosh, look at that. 4K blues. So as we approach this swing high, um, looking at this point in time, it would be safe to say that we can move our stop to break even, to go risk free. So we can go ahead and do that. We'll do that. So we're risk free now. Very nice. Who all took this trade? Besides typical. Damn, dude. Bro, full ported. That's crazy. Ice King, sweet, sweet. I love that. I was down 3.1%, gonna break even. Awesome, man. As long as we can mitigate that loss, we're good. We're in two lots, but my broker isn't shit. Did the same lot as you. Sweet, sweet. We don't fuck about on this side of the jungle, bro. Yes, sir. Had a bad week last week. First week with you guys, it's awesome. Hey, man, I'm glad to hear that. You know, we want to help build you guys into, you know, your own individual traders. This is technically our TP1. Now, given how strong price is pushing up, I'm going to be safe to say I'm just going to make this my overall TP. Overall. And, you know, if prices continuously, you know, doing what we like, then maybe we can look for an additional entry. Like, you know, like we went over in my previous call, there's that evolving silver bullet where, you know, in the scenario that price continuously, you know, keeps respecting and respecting and respecting in the time frame, you know, you can have a lot larger of an expansionary move. Wizard Master, what's up, dude? What's up? So we're completely risk free right now. We're up 1.4K. It's looking very nice. Let's see that push. Ooh, come on, man. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. That's disrespectful. Very smooth explanation. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I'm trying to make it easy for you guys to understand. Oh my goodness gracious. How's our 5 minute treating us? We're still doing good. We do now have that higher time frame confirmation. So we can expect, I would expect some consolidation in this candle toward closing out. I want to see us retain this 5 minute fair value gap for us to tap into before we rip up again. What setup was this? This is a silver bullet. This is a little guide right here. These are confluences. You look for liquidity sweep, market structure shift that creates a fair value gap. Has to be inside of this time zone. And you only take your entry inside of this time zone. And then from there, the AM silver bullet for indices is 10 to 11. Yes, you are right. Okay, so we're still doing good. We're still all right. I just want to see us. I want to see this candle close out bullish, retaining this 5-minute fair value gap. We got 30 seconds left on it. Things are looking very beautiful. I'm liking it a lot. Let's hop to our higher time frame. Okay, so we still got, oh my gosh, this could be, so that fits the narrative. So we're closing out this 5-minute candle, this current one, up. We should see a retracement in this next 5 minutes into this 5-minute fair value gap. If we reject that and continue to the upside, that will fill out our 15-minute candle very nicely for a nice continuation candle. And then we should see some more continuation to the upside in the next 15 minutes. Possible re-entry, yes. So if you're looking to add to your position, you know, this 5-minute candle or 5-minute fair value gap may be a pretty good place to add on to your position. At work asking what I'm listening to, I said the money, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. What about blues? Blues. I'm him. I'm him. Even though we went so high up, I would not say. If you're thinking of entering way up here, absolutely not. You don't want to enter this far into premium. At best, you're gonna want to enter in this 5-minute fair value gap. Let's see, what does this 15-minute fair value gap look like? Okay, so on the 15-minute, in the next 5 minutes, it looks like we might close out. You know, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna try this for you guys. Okay, we're gonna switch that to 1. We're gonna extend this TP. We're gonna extend this. We're going to see if we can catch a runner on this, catch an evolving silver bullet, because on the 15-minute, 5-minute, things look like they're lining up very nicely. So we're going to scale out 1 position. All right, we're scaled out there. TP1 hit. Let's fucking go. Very, 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 very nice. We're going to move our overall stop up now. That seems reasonable. So we're going to move it up there. So TP1 hit. Let's get some W's in the chat. W's in the chat. W. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. We absolutely love it. We absolutely love it. Dude, that picture fucking kills me. So we're going to let price keep playing out. Things are looking good. Yeah, we had a little bit of rejection there. That's okay. So far, let's see. We have secured... So we've secured 700... Actually, does it even say how much we've actually... We've secured about $740. So, regardless, we're making money. We're making money for show. So, TP hit up here. Beautiful. I want to see us continuously push to the upside on this. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. And now we're going to be targeting, what is this, previous day high? Previous daily high? So let's see, how's our 5 minute looking? Okay. So we're about to close out our 5 minute candle. What kind of confirmation you want to see when you try to re-enter. So when I go to re-enter, typically when you first enter off a silver bullet, you're entering on a lower time frame. As price develops, you want to see a higher time frame confirmation of some sort. Now, that is what we have here on our 5 minute. We do have that higher time frame confirmation of an expansion. I very much am liking what I'm seeing. So if I were to re-enter a long position, it would be at the top of this fair value gap. Now, it is risky because you're not going to know where to place your stop unless you have other overlying confluences. Yeah, I'm recording all of this. I'll put this on the YouTube so you guys can look back on it too. But we are taking this live. But do you enter straight away? Yeah. So I'm usually when I enter, I always have a buy limit set. So as soon as it touches it, I'm in. Did you post the previous stream? Yeah, that's up on the YouTube. You can find it in the education channel, so you can go look back on that. I have a better mic this time around, so hopefully the video, will sound better. But it's still pushing up. Wowee. I'm the king of Naz. Hey man, I wish. I like to think of myself as I'm him. I'm him. I love that guy so much. He's so funny. I only trade gold or Naz. See, I haven't traded gold. Gold, I've always been iffy to trade. I know there's gold futures, but I mean, shit. Like, oh my god, that is not it. That is not. What is the? Is it GLD? What is the ticker? What's the symbol name? I'm checking. GC, that's what it is. Yeah, it's just, I'm not a fan. Yeah, gold. That's for forex, but gold futures that's a different animal that I don't like. What anyway? So this is our 5 minute confirmation plus for value gap. Possibly used for re-entry. How's our 15-minute candle looking? Okay. I would like to see us retain this level on the 15-minute. However, given we just swept out, I would say a pretty critical zone. What was this? Yeah, that was New York high. I would expect a retracement of some sort. To use Fibonacci retracement tool to see your entries line up with the fair value gap. Typically, I'm not using the Fibonacci all that often because, like, the only reason I use it is for what am I call it? It's just seeing, premium versus discount. Just the 0 to 5, or 0 to 0.5, and then 0.5 to 1, just to see where I am in discount versus premium. But it's pretty accurate when I use it. Yeah, a lot of people use it. It's just I don't use it as often as I used to, solely because I've developed my own trading style, so it's not as necessary. But it is still very valuable to use for sure. So don't disregard it. Things are looking very solid. You can use this method on gold, right? See, that's something I've been trying to kind of back test with, is because I've tried. I'm going to Wanda. Let's go solely because AM session is a lot more better. Let's do an analysis, a little group back testing right here. So AM session 10 to 11. All right, what are we seeing? What are we seeing? Okay, is that a sweep over here? It's not a sweep. Is there a sweep back here? Where is this a sweep? Okay, so Confluence 1, that's check. Now we look for a market structure shift. It creates a fair value gap. We enter the time zone. Boom, we got it. This is on the 1 minute. A giant 1 minute fair value gap. Absolutely giant. Now you would enter shorts in this situation off the bottom of the fair value gap. You place your stop wherever you're comfortable, or you could enter at equilibrium, whatever you prefer. In situations like this where the fair value gap is massive, I suggest entering at the equilibrium, right smack middle of the fair value gap. You'll get a more optimal entry, and then you target opposing liquidity, which would be these lows down here, or the lows that it just created. But it doesn't look too hot, because technically opening up into silver bullet, this was a sweep right here, so even upside. So it doesn't look too hot. Price action is disgusting, but it's something I would need to do a lot more back testing on. But from the looks of it, every time I look at it and try and use it on gold, it's not too hot. So it is 252. Yeah, buyers. It looks like buyers are coming back in. That 5 minute is looking very nice. I'd like to see this 5 minute candle finish out bearish. Still in this range, but I want to see a bearish candle of some sort, because then that gives us a chance of getting a nice pair of wicks, tapping into either this fair value gap or all the way down into this one. I have to go, bro. Good trade. All right, man. I'll catch you later. Good having you here. But yeah, it's retaining. It's retaining the levels, and that's a very good sign. Ever 5 minutes. So in the next 5 minute, the next 5 minute candle, I would consider it okay if we finish it out a little bit bearish, because that would still, but I kind of want to see it linger. I want to see it linger somewhere in this area. I'm gonna head out. Back test this on Forex replay later. All right, Rod. I'll catch you later, bro. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. I want to see us linger somewhere in this area just so that we retain. I want to see a retention of 15 minute fair value gap. Come on, Daddy needs to pass this account. We're gonna get you there, man. We're gonna get you there. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. And like I said in the previous call, it's okay that, typically when you're looking for silver bullet, if you don't find your entry inside this time zone, you don't take a trade at all. And you stop when we hit, the end of the time zone. But once you have your entry, it's okay to hold after. You don't have to worry about that as much. But, so we'll take that. We'll extend it. I do want to see us eventually hit it somewhere before 30 minutes. Because as we approach market close, we're going to start to see a lot more shenanigans occurring. But, yeah, you can see here, as I drew before with the AMD model, just looking at face front on a lower time frame, you got accumulation. You got manipulation. Manipulation. And then you have our silver bullet move, which is our expansion. Or otherly known as our distribution. This is our power of 3 cycle. And we are going to be cycling back through it again. It looks like we're already in our accumulation stage again. So I would expect, another manipulation down into this fair value gap or down into this 5 minute come here soon. And then we should see that expansion towards our second TP if, the market follows our trading plan. But overall, things are looking very good. And I'm still continuously liking what I see. And that's what's important. So what time is it? It's 2:56. We just closed out a 5 minute candle, so let's reevaluate. Okay, there we go. We're having our push down. Like I said, I wanted to see this candle finish out bearish, but still in the range. And then this candle, I'd like to see us, I'd like to see this one also kind of finish out bearish, but I would like to be in this range of some sort, because once our volume for 3 o'clock comes in, we're going to have a higher retracement, which going into our 3 hour, or looking at our 1 hour, looking at our next candle, oh man. It's looking very nice. Looking very nice. Yeah. As long as we linger somewhere up here, I consider it a continuation candle. So we're going to have, it could be a larger pullback. We do have a small fair value gap down here on the 5 minute. So it is important to be cautious with that. I would have my stop below it. I believe market's going to use that for very optimal entries. But like we said, you never know. So like I said, continuous respect of our trading plan. As price develops, we want to optimize. Okay, what are we now looking for? What do we want to see? And if price continuously does that, that gives us that confirmation, that trust. And that is the key, my brothers. That is the key. I heard about psychology being a big part of trading. Is it a big part of this strategy other than historical data? Is there a psychology reason why the data is that way, like how this method was created? Well, in regards to the strategy, so you kind of want to separate psychology and strategy. Okay, a strategy is, you look in the historical chart data and you find statistically, okay, you find patterns. When XYZ happens, the market is most likely to do this based on historical data, based on when I see, these three features happen in the chart, and you check them off. Those things happen. What does price do? And then from there, that gives you that trading plan. That gives you the statistics. Okay, I enter here, I place my stop here, and then I need to target here based on the historical data. Now, psychology, what a lot of people say is, and what I think is more true than anything, is 90% of trading is psychology. Only 10% of it is your actual trading plan, and that is because you can have the world's best trading plan. You could have this silver bullet entry, this silver bullet model, um, but if you're not staying disciplined, if you're not staying analytical, and having that self control and accountability to sticking to that plan, then the strategy is completely meaningless, because then you don't respect your stop, you don't respect your risk management, you don't hold yourself accountable for when you chase trades or you revenge trade. So developing your psych is that's more critical than anything. And as you can see here, we did get our re-entry. Um, so we're gonna see. We're gonna go ahead. We have our stop down here. So this is our re-entry up here. Stop down here. I'm only in one contract adding on to this position, and we're going to be targeting our new, or our second TP. So it's very important to. That's why I place such an emphasis on psychology when it comes to um, actually studying the charts. Like the call that I had last time. Yeah, I re-entered at the top of this fair value gap for a long position. Just one contract. That's all I'm in. Because now we do have that. We did tap into on the 5 minute. And on the 15 minute, you can see here, it's looking very nice. We're tapping into it. We're opening it down. I want to see this first 5 minute candle. It's okay if it's bearish. But the next one, I want to see us create that pair of candles for the upside. But that's why on my previous call that I had back on Friday, that's why when I was going through it, yeah, I rant on a lot, but it's important when you are live analyzing a trade, you want to make notes and you want to say, okay, when I'm at this point in time, what am I currently thinking right now? What is going through my head? I saw this happen in the chart. What does that mean? What does that mean to me? What does it mean to the chart? It's coming down a lot. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we're working with. Let's look at our 1 hour. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. It's rejecting. Yeah, let's wait for this 5 minutes to close out. Because this next 5 minute, I do expect, like I said, it could tap into this super tiny fair value gap. It very well could. And if it does at the beginning of this next 5 minute candle, I very much like that, because that'll give us our bottom wick, and then the rest of the 5 minute candle, we should see a push back to the upside. If it doesn't respect that, then we're out. And that's that. And it happens sometimes, but we had a good trade, here at the beginning, but adding on to your position can be risky. So let's see us create that bottom wick. And then within the next 2 minutes, I want to see us, at the least, I want to see us start pushing back to the upside. I do expect that to happen a little earlier on, but you never know. Still pushing down. And ultimately, yeah, we're down. We're break even on our position, but remember, we secured profit up here, so we're still up overall. So we're not stressed. Whatever happens, happens. Let's go ahead and look at our 1 minute. Okay. Our 1 minute's looking good. We're getting that push back to the upside as I wanted. I want to go make a coffee. Damn, price dropped. Yeah, it dropped, but it still dropped a safe amount. So we're okay. Now, something I am a little cautious on is our risk of creating a BPR. Because if we create that BPR, that double fair value gap, then that could be dangerous. Okay. Well, price decided to tank. Happens. Holy crap, dude. But there we go. So we got stopped out on our second position, and that's okay. That happens, but we overall had a good trade. What's up, dude? Dude, pretty good. This was basically my first live trade ever. Yeah. Who No, this is a practice account. No, on Top Step they got rid of all practice accounts, and they consolidated them all into one 150K practice account. Yeah. Yeah, but all right, guys, but that was our trade. Unfortunately, we got stopped out on our position ad, but that happens. We overall left it up 400, so we can't be mad whatsoever. I hope you guys were able to make some money yourselves. I know a couple people entered. Hopefully you didn't get slammed too hard. if you decided to re-enter, same as me. But yeah.
What time does Silver Bullet end?
Silver Bullet, it typically ends. It's only a 1 hour time frame, so we're out of that. So you can't be don't be looking for position ads or anything. Um,
Okay.
yeah, you only want to enter in that 1 hour time frame. But yeah, very nice.
W's and it's Matt from Team Jackson. Get educated. Bro, Mike, did you guys trade earlier? Yeah, I got stopped at break even with damage. Mike 28 said W. Jay Moody said
W.
W. Peso said W. That is officially a W educated.
I appreciate that, y'all. I love you guys. I love you. But yeah, just goes to show. Doesn't follow your trading plan, shit happens. But we'll get him on the next one for sure. Hopefully, this was the nicest PM Silver Bullet that I've had in a hot minute. So it was pretty clean. Bro, need live trades every day. Yeah, I do these calls every day. I'm gonna start doing these as live trades on this practice account, just so you guys can see the progress and stuff, and you can
Maybe
learn
someone should
along.
just start going over again so y'all can see that save concept.
Hey, maybe, but very nice, very nice. We love it. We love it. But I'm gonna go ahead and close out the call for you guys. If you have any,
Yep.
any questions or anything, DM me or hit me up in the server. Um, if you want, I can share this. I can share this trading chart with you guys. I mean, I don't really see that it's necessary, but because I didn't make a lot of notes on it. But yeah, I'll put the recording up on the YouTube so you guys can look at it too if you need. But overall, big dubs. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys later.